Are the Minnesota Vikings eyeing a quarterback in the upcoming draft? Or will they focus on shoring up their roster with defensive prospects? Join us as we explore potential draft targets for the Vikings, from pass-rushing defensive tackles to lockdown cornerbacks. Stay tuned to find out who could be the next game changer for Minnesota. In this video, I will read the NFL news sourced from the C website and provide a conclusion of the news. There is speculation that the Minnesota Vikings may seek to acquire a quarterback through a trade, but they could also opt to strengthen their team by using their first-round picks. The Vikings' interest in Michael Penix Jr. has also some believing they could take a defensive prospect with the 11th overall pick and select Penix later in the first round. If the Vikings don't take a big swing to land Drake May or J.J. McCarthy, they'll have to pivot to a plan B. But which players could they target in this scenario? It's been a long time since the Vikings had a difference maker in the middle of their defensive line, and Murphy, not to be confused with current Vikings cornerback Byron Murphy Jr., would give Minnesota its first pass rushing threat since Linval Joseph left in 2019. Murphy was a beast for the Texas Longhorns, racking up 70 total tackles, -1 sacks and 15 tackles for loss in 3 seasons. Murphy is also coming off the best season of his collegiate career, recording 29 tackles and 5 sacks to lead the Longhorns to the college football playoff. The production checked out with Murphy's athleticism, which posted a 9.03 relative athletic score at the NFL Scouting Combine. Pro Football Focus also credited Murphy with 45 quarterback pressures, which was almost as much as the 49 combined pressures Vikings interior defenders produced last season. The Vikings have been looking for a pass-rushing interior defender dating back to their pursuit of Christian Wilkins in free agency. But with Brian Flores' pupil signing with the Las Vegas Raiders, Murphy could be a fine addition in the draft. While Mitchell didn't compete in a Power 5 conference, he showcased impressive skills by leading all cornerbacks in overall PFF grade last season with a 91.5. Additionally, he was known as a shutdown corner at Toledo, holding the top spot in coverage grade and forced incompletion rate. If there is a hole in his game, it's that Mitchell played 56.8% of his snaps in zone coverage and doesn't have a lot of experience in press man coverage. But no corner played more than 25% of their snaps in man coverage for the Vikings last season, and it could be a reason why Lewis linked Mitchell to Minnesota last February. With Byron Murphy Jr. performing better in the slot than on the outside, the Vikings could use another player on the outside, and it could lead Minnesota to its 4th cornerback in the first round since 2015. One of the biggest things Flores loves in his players is versatility, and Arnold displayed that in his final season with the Crimson Tide, spending time both on the outside and in the slot. While Arnold posted a forced incompletion rate in the 95th percentile last season, his biggest trait is his athletic ability. Arnold posted an 8.37 relative athletic score, and while his for 0.51 second time in the 40-yard dash was a little slow, Arnold is a bit of a raw prospect, but would provide some depth and a starter with upside at the cornerback position. In conclusion, the Minnesota Vikings have a number of options to consider in the upcoming draft, from targeting a quarterback like Michael Penix Jr.